we woke up to the news that Kanye has released Donda finally. So it was supposed to be September 3rd, but he released it this morning.
I wonder if he did that on purpose to not go head to head with Drake.
To be honest, I feel like Drake would just do better numbers because he's more mainstream, like white people. It's true.
I get that.
Like more white people listen to Drake than they would do Kanye.
Yeah, I mean Drake's definitely more pop. I feel in the last few years, especially after the release of was it T-Lop?
Yeah.
Like, Kanye's gone definitely with more of a sound that's catered towards his fans, like his lifelong fans, you know. And doesn't have that pop appeal that it might have had like on something like Graduation.
Yeah, he's not trying to make hits. I feel like I don't know if he tries to or everything he does is a hit, but I feel like Drake makes songs just for them to be like trendy.
Yeah, it's got more pop appeal for sure.
Yeah, Kanye just makes songs he wants to make, and sometimes they suck, sometimes they're pretty badass. Most of the time they're badass. He went through a weird phase. I don't know, like the Ye album. Kids See Ghosts was amazing though, I'm not gonna lie.
Kids See Ghosts
I fucking love Kids See Ghosts.
I love that project front to back. That thing was so good.
Yeah, that shit was fucking epic. And then now he's back. And then he dropped the gospel album. That was kind of random.
I had actually a couple of songs, not a couple, I had a few songs that I really enjoyed from that album. Specifically, I think it's Water.
Water was nice.
Water is really, that was nice.
Shout out to Water.
Yeah.
All the Waters up. Except Arrowhead. That shit sucks.
Yeah, not Arrowhead.
How's that water so bad, bro?
I don't know what they do to it. It's like it's coming straight from the mountains, and along the way, they just mess it up.
It's terrible. That water's terrible. But anyway, we're going to be doing a first reaction to the Donda album featuring Brian. Now, shout out to Brian for joining us. And then, I didn't do an intro. Brian's here. Shout out to Brian.
Intro's late here.
Yo, what's up, guys?
The other Brian, fool.
Oh.
Him too, though. Another Brian behind the decks, as we would say. He's holding down the...
young Jamie.
Yeah.
First is this Brian. So this is Suavecito, DJ Suavecito in the house. Shout out to Suavecito.
Shout out to all the Suavecitotos.
I don't know if that's from, it's past my time, but and then shout out to Brian. He's here. He doesn't have a camera. We can't afford a third camera yet. We need more sponsors, but he's got a microphone at least.
It's all right, man. I'll be here in spirit.
Even though I don't see you, I can feel you.
Everyone feels your presence.
I'm John Cena, man.
Yeah,
can't see me.
So the cover for Donda is just an all black image, pretty creative from Kanye. Oh, I guess it's like their art's supposed to be subjective, so you see what you see. What do you see? What do you see when you look at the album cover?
Honestly, I thought the screen was still loading. I forget that's what it looks like or what it doesn't look like.
Do you see the images from the Donda release party from Chicago?
Yeah, I was telling you earlier that I think the clips that I saw from his tour, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Where I think Kim's in a dress. I see the house. It honestly looks like something from The Conjuring. So when I was looking at it, I was like, is this going to be like film? A horror soundtrack to like the year? Because COVID has been so bad to us, you know?
That'd be crazy. Nah, it was he built a house he grew up in.
Yeah, I was reading more of that.
That was pretty cool.
And it's like on a dirt hill?
Yeah, on a dirt lot, and then he put a cross, kind of making it like the spooky vibes, I guess.
The clip that I also saw that was interesting was Marilyn Manson, the baby, and Kanye, I think, were performing a song all together.
Yeah.
And
I didn't listen to the song. I saw the pictures only.
I wonder on what record it's going to be, if it's on here, and like what the subject matter is going to be.
So the thing is, none of these songs have like a featured. So we will have to just listen to... You know more artists than I do, so whenever somebody like, oh, that's fucking this guy, or we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll just try and sound it out.
Yeah, and but he ended I want to talk about his little release party. He set the house on fire, and he was inside sitting in a chair, and the whole house was on fire. Then he walked out on fire, bro, just like in a fire suit, or he's God, I don't know, either one.
I wonder if that's like that meme with the dog with the fire all around him, and he's like, "This is fine."
Yeah. The SpongeBob shit. Or someone posted the SpongeBob memes.
Yeah, that one too. They're trying to blow it out.
So anyway, that fool came out on fire. Then they put him out. And then as soon as like the fire ended, like there was like an angelic like song. And then Kim was walking like in a white dress. And then he met up with Kanye. And then they hugged. And then it went to black. And then the stream ended. And it said Donda releasing soon and shit. So he just left it in a cliffhanger.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Did he remarry
We don't know.
Kim? That's what I saw.
That's what people
around.
People are saying that was the metaphor, or maybe the announcing it to the world. He hasn't made a statement. All he did was like that. But it's like her walking up to him in a white dress. They hug and it ends, and then they were holding hands at the end. So it's like maybe they're not getting divorced anymore. I don't think they're divorced yet.
You think it's all publicity?
Yeah, that
Could
too.
be.
That's great marketing, bro. Imagine how many headlines were made from setting yourself on fire and then remarrying Kim Kardashian, like, and then she's gonna make that part of her fucking TV show, and that's more marketing for Kanye too. There's gonna be an episode. It's gonna be an episode of like Keeping with the Kardashians or whatever.
Keeping Up with the West.
The West, is that a thing?
I don't know. I don't think she changed it, right? Oh, she was Kim Kardashian West at one point, right?
I think they haven't got divorced. They filed for divorce, but I don't think it's happened yet. Maybe they're gonna unfile, or I don't know how that works. Do you have to remarry?
Do you unfile the file?
Unfile the file.
It's like when you download a zip file, but you don't unzip it. Did it really go through? I didn't unzip it.
Back in the day, you used to get viruses in those like zip files all the time, and now it's like I don't know. I feel like I trust my antivirus software, even though I don't even have any. But I trust Google and Apple to keep me safe.
I remember back in the day downloading something from like Ares or LimeWire, and you wait almost 30 minutes to maybe an hour for a song that you really want. All fellow Americans, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. To get Bill Clinton on a
Soldier Boy.
Yeah, you get Rick rolled.
No, like Soldier Boy. That's how Soldier Boy blew up.
With the Crank That, right? Was it
Crank That. He posted that. He would put like 50 Cent in the club files with his song on it, or like Eminem, fucking whatever, Stan, and then he put his song. So everybody's listening to that song, and then he dropped it on YouTube. So then it just blew up because everyone knew the song just because he spent, I don't know how much time that fool put in just making all those like files. He made probably thousands of files, shared them all over the internet just to get more plays, and he fucking blew up. Yeah, he's one of the first artists to blow up online. And then his trend of the song, like the dance, every fucking kid was doing that shit.
That's true.
Crank That Soldier Boy. I did a
Crank That Donda though.
Oh yeah, all right, let's get started. Kanye West, Donda, first reaction. We're doing the first song's called Donda Chant.
Only Kanye can do something like that, bro. How do you open up?
Wait, pause it. So what do you think of the first song, Donda? Or Donda Chant?
I think like you said earlier, if you're an ASMR person about the word Donda, this album's for you.
I don't understand ASMR. I don't know how people get into that, but I don't know. This song I think it was too long. I get like he was trying to do, but it's like that was a little too long.
You know what it reminds me of? I used to love Kanye. That old school Kanye. Remember that Kanye song?
That was actually cool. This one's
this is like that, but stripped down to a bone.
Yeah. Just a bone. That's all we had.
Hey, but here's the messed up and the genius marketing part. I can honestly tell you that as much of a joke as this sounds, if this record stays on the album, and let's say you were to open up the stadium and everyone going, Donda, 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 Donda.
Shit.
Like, bro, that's some stuff that it sounds crazy right now and it sounds ridiculous. But
at a stadium, hell yeah, bro.
That, and only, like, how does someone open up with just that? Only Kanye can.
Because his shit's going to be fire. That's so true. I didn't think of that. Performing that live, everyone's going to be singing that.
And the
whole
first
crowd.
note, Donda, Donda. And everyone like memorizes the rhythms and how it kind of flows. Mark my words, bro. If that stays on the album, bro. That's probably gonna happen.
Dude, my favorite concert ever is St. Paulo tour in Las Vegas, bro. Dude, that shit was fucking epic.
That's the T-Lop one, right?
Yeah. Like, we went to the new T-Mobile Arena, bro. Fuck. Even Kanye's like, damn, you guys are going crazy. Because everybody was, like, singing along. And the fucking vibes are amazing. Like, that was my favorite concert. That
was actually a pretty good album. I remember there was that was the album where he was pulling songs, I think, in and out. There was, like, different versions of that album. Because I think it first creeped up online. And it was like released unofficially by accident, and then there was like almost revisions being done to the album. And it was, if you remember, it was the first album that was ever released just digitally.
Yeah, it was the first album and then the first album to be altered. Like he was changing something. That's fucking crazy. This was a visionary. And I'm telling you, he did 3 stadium tours of an album he hasn't released. Like, no one ever has done that before. That's crazy.
You go backwards, it's like, oh, you're gonna go on the tour of what? Who knows? Like, it adds that much more suspense, you know?
I hope he does a tour, bro. Or at least come back to. He might come back to Coachella and replace Frank Ocean.
Or play another day.
Well,
You think he'll replace? Like, they'll take Frank Ocean.
well, Frank Ocean dropped out of Coachella.
But isn't he going the following year?
Yeah. No, I'm saying this year because we just lost a headliner for
Oh, that's true.
2022. So they need to add somebody as a headliner.
Who else could be like a good headliner right now? For like this year's.
It's hard because there's already people on the lineup that were so much smaller.
The Weeknd,
The Weeknd?
maybe.
No, but I'm talking about who's on the lineup. So like,
Oh,
I was
okay.
thinking like Megan Thee Stallion, bro. She was on the lineup 2 years ago.
2
So
years ago.
how
Oh,
big
that's
is
true.
she now? Like
That's actually
the
true.
last 2 years she blew up big time, bro. Like she's huge. And her following's crazy. So I feel like, you know, how I always wanted is, well, I'm saying Megan Thee Stallion is because I feel like it's gonna be a female headliner.
Mhm.
For the reason that when 2020 dropped, people were complaining that there wasn't a female headliner because the last 3 years we've had a female. 2017 Lady Gaga, 2018 Beyonce, and 2019 Ariana Grande.
I remember that.
And then 2020 it was back to 3 dudes. So people were like, "Oh, what about the women?" So I feel like they got some negative publicity. Their move's gonna be like, we need to get a female headliner. Like Rihanna, that should be hard, bro.
Yeah, if Rihanna were to come back,
Make her music come back. Coachella is known for that, just getting comebacks and reunions together.
honestly, I think Rihanna could pull a huge audience. It might even rival that of the Snoop Dogg Dr. Dre performance back in 2012.
Yeah,
That's
because
how I
Rihanna
think.
blew like
Rihanna's so big.
She blew up so big the last and without music because her brand just fucking exploded. So I think she'll be hard.
Yeah, I think it would be a good performance. Hopefully, we'll see. What do you think, Brian?
I mean, like I said, actually, like what Angel said, probably somebody like Rihanna would be good for Coachella. But honestly, this Donda song was like, I think it's a good opener for.
We're talking about Donda. I'm thinking about Coachella headliners and shit.
It's definitely gonna be good for like you said, for performances. I mean, to like a casual listener, it doesn't make sense. Like what? Who makes a song with just one word, right? Like what the name?
I feel like the boomers would not like this song.
Oh yeah, remember this is the greatest artist of all time.
And then they write in caps on Facebook.
No, they type like this, dog. Like
Oh, you're right. My bad. And
with one finger.
If you got the phone away from me like this, they're like,
Oh, the pokey.
I'm not gonna lie, that's sometimes me now. Like with my index finger.
All right, let's listen to song number 2, Jail. I think it's the one with the baby.
No, it's just Jail. No one's featured.
Jail. That's crazy. Jail. Kanye West. Song number 2 featuring Jay-Z. There was somebody else in there?
I looked up someone who I thought could have been in there. I thought it was Don Toliver. I could have sworn I heard that sounded like Don Toliver.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but that song was nice. The Jail, and then Jay-Z. I think he did this in New Orleans, he or Atlanta, whatever it was. Jay-Z came out, and then I guess the last one he didn't have Jay-Z's verse. He had the baby verse in that same song.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and I think the baby. I didn't listen to the verse, but apparently he responded to his recent backlash over his comments that he made.
Yeah,
I didn't listen to the verse, but
I didn't listen to the verse either. I was trying to avoid like most of that album. But yeah, who was it, Brian? Jail. Who's actually featured on that album?
I believe. Let me pull it up.
Jail. The song was nice. I feel like it was maybe a little bit too long, but the beats and like the synthesizers, or is that those instruments called?
What do you mean?
I don't know those instruments that were playing on the beat, but just put a Jail Kanye.
oh, so there's a Jail Part 2 in that album. So I think that's where the baby shows up.
Oh, this is Jail part. Okay.
And that kind of makes sense. So
Two
it wasn't him scratching a verse over the other. There's actually 2 parts to that song. Okay. 2 different verses.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, Kanye's done that before too with other songs, so he always has part 2, part 1, part 2.
It says right here on the article that there's a jail part 2 with the baby. So.
Well, who's on the first song?
For sure, Jay-Z.
See, so it shows that Don Toliver is on the album. Maybe he was on that previous record. Maybe he will hear from Don Toliver.
We'll probably see in like the later tracks.
Yeah.
Donda. Featuring Francis, and the Lights, and Jay-Z.
Francis and the Lights. I don't know.
They got Mike Dean to produce on that one.
Track number 3 featuring Roy. Roy.
I just play the next song.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we got the featured list here.
Yeah, just pull up the feature list once we finish the song, so we kind of know who's in it. Okay, so that was cool. Jail. We'll see if there's a jail part 2 with the baby later on, and then the next one is called what? Breaded.
God
breathed.
God
breaded. I'm blind, bro. God breathed. God breathed.
God breathed.
God breathed. Honestly, it did feel like God breathed on that record because it was really badass. Going back to, there was a verse that Jay-Z said actually on Jail that was really cool. He said a couple cool verses. He said, "Made in the image of God, that's a selfie."
Yeah.
And then hearing, I think God breathed was a nice. It was different from Jail in the sense that like Jail was very like sounded synth and guitar heavy, where God breathed was very relying on that bass line. It was relying on that chorus, that chamber chorus. It sounded very suspenseful.
Yeah. I was gonna say I hope God is vaccinated. He's gonna be breathing all over us like that.
Yeah, for sure. Or have your mask on. That's cool.
Mask on. Okay, we're gonna take a little break because we're gonna go get some refreshments.
Absolutely.
And we'll be right back. We're back from commercial break. Shout out to the Indian Food Park again for cervezas
and snacks.
Okay, we're gonna listen to the 5th track, Hurricane. And this song's so fucking fire.
That's a really good song.
Damn, that's gonna be epic, bro. This song's fucking. That's like
this has a little bit of everything that you want in it.
Already, just this song alone is fucking legendary, bro. That song's fucking hard.
Honestly, I know we were 4. Looks like it
5 songs.
Went over
4
1.
songs.
Yeah,
4 songs in, we skipped one.
Aside from the Donda chat intro, which I mean I don't know how I feel about it just yet. It was just that
the concert stuff sounds awesome though. Like
everything
makes sense.
Everything sounds really good.
Even these songs, like
Jill sounded good to me. God Breathe sounded even better. And then now listening to Hurricane, honestly, like
just keeps elevating.
It's been pretty good so far, and not one song sounds like the other. It's got its own characteristic each one.
Yeah, different flows, everything. I like it. I like so far. But Brian's got to go.
Cheers to you, Mr. West. Wake up, Mr. West. Oh, he's up.
He's got some family stuff going on. But thank you for stopping by. We got to listen to the beginning of the album. Definitely catch up another time, talk about it.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'm gonna be back down soon. I think this time was a little rushed just because gotta go to shout out to my sister Jade, turning 9 years old. Shout out, real one. She's a fellow subscriber. She listens to the podcast on the reg. Yeah, she does. Yeah, but it's been good. I'll have to make time and we'll do this again, obviously like with a lot more content and, maybe not an album listening, but this was still cool nonetheless.
Yeah, no, that shit was dope. Just listening to it on the headphones. Like, I never really do this, like listening to an album on the headphones for the first time. It's been pretty lit so far. So, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, man.
Joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Donda.
The greatest intro of all time.
Bro, that, when I first heard that first, I was like, what is this? What? Like, what? It's just a chant, man. I was like, okay.
Yeah, Brian made a great point. That in a concert setting, that's going to sound awesome. Everyone just, awesome. Like, waiting for the concert to start, and it was just Donda.
To a casual listener, man, like this is not one of those songs where you just randomly put on. Like if you're in a car with a group of homies and like it's like they're passing it around the aux.
It's just an intro song.
No, it's an intro song, but it's
skits.
like
People have skits in their.
But if people like aren't, you know, into Kanye like that, and this is the first thing you put on, and like this is like what? This is Kanye West? Like, who makes a song with one word? Like,
it's his mom's name.
His mom's name.
And he featured his mom in the vocals too. That was awesome.
That was awesome, dude. That was.
So what's your overall? Well, Donda's like the greatest album of this generation.
You think so? Oh, I wanted to ask you. Like,
so we only listened to it one time. We just listened. It took us like 2 hours to listen to this album. It was super long.
It was like what 27
songs. This is the greatest 27 song album I've ever listened to. I haven't listened to many.
I don't know that many albums with that many tracks.
But every single song, like if he had so many features, every song sounded different. Like I like how he had different versions of songs as well.
Right.
I have to listen to it again because I don't remember some of the names of my favorite songs. But for sure, Jesus is Lord or Jesus Lord is a badass song. I like Hurricane. That's the one with The Weeknd.
With The Weeknd.
Oh, bro, that shit was hard. Like that song was hard. And then No Child Left Behind. I really like that one.
Yeah.
What's the one with Ariana Grande? That one was good.
Donda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Donda one was awesome as well.
Hurricane, Praise God, Moon with
Moon as well. Fuck.
New Again.
So what's your overall opinion on the?
I could see why he held back on like not releasing it too soon. One, because it's so many songs, and like you said, if you would have released it like early, maybe some of these tracks wouldn't have been the way they are. I mean, you can't rush art. Insert clip. Yeah, man. I mean, Kanye is Kanye at the end of the day. He knows what he's doing. And with each individual song, it's its own piece, it's its own story. And, you know, Kanye has he's very intentional with his music, and every song it just had like a different sound, and it was its own unique, especially when it came down to tracks like Hurricane. It was just a perfect mix.
That is what Brian said. The other Brian.
Yeah.
Shout out to the other Brian because the first we're trying to do a first reaction to the whole album, but to be honest, we didn't know the album was gonna be 27 songs and like 2 hours long. It was just way too long. So we did like a first reaction for like the first 3 songs, and we're like just listen to the album, and then Brian had to go.
Yeah.
He had that family event, so we finished the album. It took us a while, but we finally finished it. I'm definitely going to be listening to it throughout the week because there's just so much to consume and see which songs end up being my favorites. Like I said, right now, I saw the first listen, Hurricane, Jesus Lord, and maybe Donda or No Child Left Behind. Those are like what I like right now. Mm-hmm. But of course, I'm pretty sure I'm going to change my mind the more times I listen to this.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, first impression, it's good. But I definitely I need to re-listen to it again. I mean, you can't just, I don't know, the music, it just has to resonate with you a little bit. It has to be in your mind. I mean, there's so many songs, bro. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna end up forgetting. So it's just it's definitely good, but it's, again, I would have to like re-listen to some of the songs because I mean, like, man, you're just like, it's just so much to consume, man.
For me, well, I didn't know it was going to drop today. They literally just dropped it this morning. Apparently, Kanye was tweeting right now that Universal dropped the album without his permission.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And on some streaming services, the song Jail Part 2, that's at the end of the album, which featured the Baby's verse. Mm-hmm. It wasn't on Apple Music, but now it is. I think some people were saying it is, some people saying it wasn't. Mm-hmm. And I did notice earlier when I had it on YouTube Music, it said that you couldn't play it in the morning. So Kanye probably made like some calls to Universal since they dropped the album without his permission. Apparently,
right?
They added the song back. So Kanye had the same song version featuring
the Baby.
Jay-Z.
Oh, Jay-Z.
So Jay-Z was the original version on the first listening party,
right?
And now on this third one, he replaced his verse with the Baby.
Damn.
So on this one with the Baby, a lot of people are still trying to cancel the Baby. We talked about it in previous podcasts. Yeah. So a lot of people didn't want him on, and Kanye said, I want the Baby on the album because he's one of the only people that supported me when I when he did his presidential campaign.
Yeah.
He's like, he's one of the only artists that supported me publicly.
Yeah.
So that's like him trying to like
put him up, you know.
Put him up just for standing up for him before.
Yeah, and I
maybe
think,
save the baby's career.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. But I think like, you know, that it's hard. I mean, the music industry is just it's one of those industries where it's like you gotta watch out, you know, who you trust and stuff like that. And I think, I mean, you could say what you want about the baby, but I mean, he's an artist at the end of the day, and I mean, he's gonna say some wild things, but I mean, like taking away like the artist from the art, like you can't mix the artist from the art. So him as an artist, he did good in his role, you know, with the feature and all that. I mean, Hurricane was one of the best songs, to be honest. Like he played his role like in that song.
No, he was in a Hurricane.
He was in Hurricane, no?
No, it was Jail.
It was Jail?
Jail Part 2. Jail Part 1 was the one. Yeah, I think it was Jail Part 2. I'm pretty sure. Right here. Jail Part 2 featuring the baby. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Jail Part 1 was featuring Jay-Z. Jail Part 2 was featuring the baby.
Oh, okay.
So his verse was dope. He talked a little bit about him trying to get canceled, but it's like,
yeah,
the whole point is,
I mean, Kanye is known to be like in the news a lot and being like controversial for a lot of this, you know, stuff in the past. I mean, honestly, I don't think like this situation doesn't faze him like that. He's like, oh, because like Kanye is known to be saying like some wild stuff, you know, in the past. So it's whatever.
Kanye, he's like a master marketer. Like, so back in 2004, he said George Bush doesn't care about black people during Hurricane Katrina. And today, I think is the anniversary of Katrina.
Oh, really?
And today's also Sunday, so he dropped the album on a Sunday. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, Kanye's using this for more marketing because he knows people are gonna create headlines about, oh, why is the baby on this, the baby this. He just knows how to use marketing to his advantage because any negative publicity is good publicity.
Well, yeah.
I know you don't want to put your name or do anything that's gonna affect your career, of course, your bottom line. But Kanye's been doing this. Like he had got in trouble with the paparazzi like one time.
Yeah,
he like attacked the paparazzi.
Yeah.
They even sued him for a little bit. The Hurricane Katrina. Then he did the Taylor Swift at
the VM.
Yeah, and he almost did it again with back in like 2015.
Yeah.
He just uses all these things to create more awareness. I know sometimes it's just him being himself, but I feel like it's all calculated, bro. Like he knows he's gonna create controversy, which is gonna lead to BuzzFeed. Fucking LA Times. Like everyone's gonna start writing.
Yeah.
TMZ, all those publications, they start talking about it. Then people on social media post the videos and the pictures and the quotes, and people just they make podcasts like us right now talking about it. And it's just like a cycle where you just get ahead of everything. So
right.
Marketing, like all that free advertising he's getting for his album, because in every article, no matter what happens, they're gonna mention Kanye just dropped his new album. He's featuring the baby, and people are upset because the baby did this and Kanye said this. So it's just literally people promoting the album, and it could be part of the whole marketing campaign or like his marketing strategy.
Yeah, well, like yeah, man. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, he's trending. The baby has been trending for, you know, obviously this whole entire time. I mean, even this whole album was trending for the whole summer.
Month. Yeah, the whole summer.
The whole summer, bro. Like, it was supposed to be released, but now, like, you know, it's just all these and then you involve his following too, and then you add, you know, the mix of like this whole thing, and then he's back with Kim Kardashian as well.
That could have been part of marketing, bro. Okay, let me. This is my theory about Kanye and Kim. So they filed for divorce. Maybe they were like in a bad situation, but I feel like they
used it for business, like for
I feel like they used it for business
to benefit them both, like benefit the Kardashian brand and benefit, you know, Ye's brand or like his music. And
one, okay, you get divorced is huge news, and then that's gonna be
they're public figures and
storyline in the Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That's like a whole storyline there.
Yeah.
Then you have, of course, Kanye fans like that didn't like him, or some Kanye fans that said that he kind of was she was hurting his mental state.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like friction there. Then you create like him working on his album, people saying, okay, cool. And then he was spotted with like some other model too, like some famous model. I don't know if they were dating, but they saw them together or whatever.
Right.
So that's more headlines. Then he's working on his album. First delay, and then he does a listening party.
Yeah.
So that first listening party, huge. Everyone thinking, oh, he's gonna drop the album tonight. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
The visuals were insane. Boom, nothing happens.
Nothing happened.
And then he does a second listening party with new song, new features. He rents out the stadium where he's gonna stay and finish the album in the stadium. Like he rents out like a room and shit.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck does that? And then
man.
He does the fucking album release party where he like gets. I don't know if you saw it, but he did this thing where like he was floating.
Yeah,
when he was floating, like God was taking up to heaven and shit.
Right.
Like that shit
with the lights.
Epic. Yeah, like incredible visuals. That was in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz. So that was the second listening party.
He held the first two listening parties in Mercedes-Benz Superdome Stadium at Atlanta, and the third one in Chicago, right?
Soldier Field in Chicago.
Yeah.
So he dropped those two listening parties, and then they're like, okay, cool, the album's dropping. No, the album still doesn't drop. And then they're waiting, and then out of nowhere, Kanye announces, or they put up for sale, Kanye West listening party in Chicago, Soldier Field. Now everyone's like, God damn it, another event. But of course it sells out because people want to go to it.
It's yay, man.
So this is his third concert for, technically a concert, I guess people could say listening party for an album.
Right.
That hasn't been released. So he was selling out fucking stadiums to go see an album that hasn't been released 3 different times. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Kanye for doing those amazing visuals. This last, was it Friday? I think Friday. Mm-hmm. We had a house in the middle of Soldier Field, which was a replica of the house that he grew up in Chicago. Home. Like that's alone is amazing, bro.
Dude, that's so creative. To be honest, to do something like, you got to think about this. Like, honestly, at this point, I could see the trend of having listening parties now. Just because Ye's doing it, like some other artists might do a listening party. Yeah, like to build up hype for this. Because I mean, by delaying your album, not every artist who does this, you got to be selective about it, but just the marketing and like the hype, and it's like, man, we wanted to see this, like how is it going to be? And then you have these listening parties, like, man, this is dope. I mean, we even had one for Mills, man.
I mean, we had a stadium for Mills as well, so we understand a little bit what goes on with listening parties or watch parties. But yeah, I think it could be a trend. I definitely see, especially right now. How do you differentiate yourself in the game? How do you like stand out? Because a lot of people have albums coming. Like I feel like every day there's like a new album from so many different artists, and then doing a whole listening party. One, you're selling tickets. You could make more money to use for marketing. All the people that go, they're gonna be posting about it on social media. There's gonna be articles about it.
Yeah.
And then no one can listen. Even if there's some fire songs, they're not online. So you're just waiting like, fuck, when is he going to drop those songs?
Yeah, or even when it drops, like, oh, when is this dude going to go on tour so he can perform this song?
Yeah.
Like, the Donda, like, the chant, like we said, maybe, like, as a song on alone, it's pretty weak. But in a concert, bro, like, if that dude ends up going on tour, like, bro, the chant, bro, like, everybody just chanting Donda. So it's those kind of, like, details and within the music that, you know, in some cases it's good, but then it could like be made up for in other areas, which is like performing. Like maybe this song isn't so good for casual listening, but maybe it's good for, you know, hype or like just singing along or like in a crowd and stuff like that. Maybe it's good for a Coachella performance or some other festival or some other, you know, performance.
Yeah, I could definitely see
for sure
at a festival. I think Kanye, like, he needs to come back to Coachella and perform this album. Like, it'll be incredible.
What do you think? What do you think about the black, just the solid black cover?
The cover for the album?
Donda, yeah.
So I was kind of disappointed. Like, really, like a black cover, but not even a lettering, nothing, just like a plain black. Maybe Kanye's gonna change it. That's my first. So? I think so. He's always done that. Bro.
Brian made a joke. He was like, he thought that like the it was still loading, so he thought it was just a black screen.
Oh, that's still loading black screen.
Still loading black screen.
I think it's kind of dumb, but I think he'll change it because he's always changed. That's cool about digital art is even if once you upload it, you can still change the final product, which he was one of the first artists. So we talked earlier, Brian said that too, like one of the first artists to change and alter an album digitally. Mm-hmm. The first album to go digital, and now he's having like listening parties. through Apple Music and shit. Like this dude's just a visionary.
He's a visionary, and he's definitely ahead of the game. I mean, he's definitely by far, if not one of the most greatest like artists in our time, because you know, you talk about rap or hip hop or music in general, and you bring up that argument, everybody sounds the same. You know, everybody has a similar style nowadays. I don't know who created, you know, this whole mumble. Snoop Dogg said it. It was like, I don't know who created this whole mumble jumbo raps, whether if it was Migos or Future, but it's like they all sound the same.
It was definitely Future. Shout out to Future. And hey, Future's a pioneer, bro.
He's a pioneer. No,
not disrespect mumble rappers now. And also, Kanye is the greatest artist of this century. So right now, if this album becomes number one, he's gonna have the most albums number one debuted in this century. Out of any artist in the world.
Speaking of Kanye, what's up with this whole Drake versus Kanye beef?
So, I mean, they've been having beef for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I don't really pay attention to some of that shit, but there was like a leak test or text Kanye like posted on Instagram. They were talking about like they were trying to compete on the release dates of this album because Drake posted he's gonna release it on September 3rd, his new album, and Kanye posted he's gonna release his shit on September 3rd as well, and Kanye wants to like outdo Drake based on numbers, so there's beef on that, and there's beef when I think on Astroworld or something, like he made a song about Kim, and then Pusha T came out and defended Kanye, and Pusha T posted a picture of Drake with the blackface, like doing blackface as part of like a show or something, and then there's just been beef between like good music and Drake for a long time, so. Also, could be marketing. Like these was the two biggest artists in the world. Like of course they could also be doing this shit just to create more publicity for each other. The same thing, all kinds of stories, us talking about it. Just I feel like it's all marketing, bro. Like I don't read into any rap beef or negative publicity. I feel like they do this shit on purpose. The same with Lil Baby or
Tekashi.
Well, Tekashi was on marketing, but what the fuck's his name? The fool with the devil and shit.
Oh, Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
I like that fool. I like his music, but all his shit he's doing for marketing, he knows they're gonna create so many articles because he's grinding on the devil and doing all these naked dances and shit.
I mean,
it's all they know.
It's all
marketing.
They have to. At the end of the day, no matter what industry you're in, you gotta figure out a way. How can I break out? What makes me different? What makes me stand out? And you take a medium like art or music. You have to stand out.
You have to take risks.
So many people like make music. So what are you gonna do? So obviously you create controversy. How? Whether if it's like grinding on the devil or creating some beef with another artist. And I'm not gonna lie, Drake versus Kanye. That's so many headlines can be made. And with all that stuff that you said, I mean, who knows? Behind closed doors, they could be good homies and they're just stirring shit up. They're like,
I think they are. They're also they'll be making articles and shit comparing the two albums once Drake's drops.
Most likely, dude.
And that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be
there's channels talking about this, man, dedicated to just drama in general. And me and you, we know people that all they do is just consume
that kind of content. And like to be honest, I don't know the details or let us know in the comments because I don't have time. Like I feel like I used to keep up with like a lot of gossip back in the day, but now that I'm like super busy.
It's just not worth it.
I go on social media and I see some shit. I read a couple headlines or some articles, but I'm not really.
At the end of the day, like you said, it's all propaganda to sell something. So, what good is it gonna have it? You see an article and all of a sudden, you like Kanye West. Who is Kanye? You look into Kanye West and then you look into his music. That's gonna gain him something. That's gonna gain him a new listener, a new follower, maybe.
Hey, right now he posted his merch,
right?
And $200 t-shirts. They're $200 the shirts. They're Balenciaga. What the fuck's it called?
Balenciaga.
Yeah. That's who's like.
Okay.
So they're like a nice brand or whatever. But
yeah.
I don't know. And then one of them is a picture of his mom on the front, like as a baby, I think, or something.
As a baby.
I think so. Or like, I don't know. It's a picture of his mom, and on the back is a picture of the house. Then there's another one that has the presidential logo in the chest area. And then 2024 with the cross in the back.
Oh, shit.
He's I guess announcing officially he's running for president in 2024. So $200. You gonna cop a shirt?
Hell no, man. Hell no. Fucking, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, maybe and copy for the resellers.
Oh, bro, I bet they're already sold out right now. Like
Balenciaga, bro. Like that's a luxury brand, and you already know like they're
exclusive.
They're exclusive and shit like that. And honestly, I mean, it's just one of those things. If you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't.
I feel like I'll be super expensive on the retail market. Like people are just gonna flip that.
Probably.
Like I remember Kanye Sunday Service right here in Coachella, bro. That was a motherfucker who spent like $2,000 buying merch. Like he had like 3 or 4 bags full of shit, like sweaters, shirts, socks. They sold socks.
Yeah.
With like his logo. They're like $40 socks and shit. And I got there a little. Actually, I didn't try to get merch, but they fucking sold out so fast. As soon as they opened the gates,
yeah,
people run to the merch place, bro. I mean that you're talking thousands of dollars. The same day, those shirts and all that shit he bought at the Coachella performance.
Yeah.
They were selling for like $800, $900 a piece on eBay.
Fuck.
The day of Coachella Sunday Service merch, bro. It's the resale game for like these exclusive events is crazy, bro.
Honestly, man, the solution: don't buy it from the resellers.
You gotta fucking sprint. Nah, it sucks for people who want to get the merch and everything just so expensive. It's same with the shoes. Yeah, they're expensive, but I think they're maybe like $200-$300, and then people resell them for like $1,000. So it's just like.
It's just you gotta wait till there's more supply.
But motherfuckers be waiting on the website, crashing the websites, like just refreshing.
Some people take it to the next level and they have like bots already like automated. Like
they have bots and they have like 3 or 4 computers running at the same time.
Yeah,
merch, bro.
That's crazy.
It's just like it's all with those same people. So whenever another famous person drops something, the Kardashians or Rihanna, like. Their Fenty clothing line or whatever the fuck it is, like they sell out so fast as well, and it goes to all celebrities too. Like Ronaldo, he's got like his own like
he has his
brands,
own
cologne, glasses. He has had luxury hotels. He's got luxury hotels in I know in New York he opened one. It's like CR7 something. Like it's a luxury hotel. Damn. Like you gotta go stay at the Christiano Ronaldo suite.
We gotta make a video about it.
But anyway, speaking of Ronaldo. And now that we're talking about him, your boy Ronaldo's going to the Farmers League, the English Premier League.
Damn, he's signing up with Manchester, you know? He's
Manchester United.
Manchester United.
He's back with Manchester United. He's kind of a legend in that club already.
Yeah. He
got signed when he was, I think, 17 or 18 years old. And he won his first Golden Boot there. They won the Champions League in 2008. He's just a legend.
Right.
Amazing goals from outside the box. And he wanted to sign with, or there was rumors he was going to go to Manchester City. There was rumors he was going to go to PSG, but they needed to sell Mbappe. Like, they couldn't afford to have
Hell no, bro.
Imagine him. That would have been insane. You have Mbappe, Messi, Neymar. Ronaldo.
One of them has to go eventually. Because it's just they're all expensive players, but for sure I think PSG's motives is just to keep the way their lineup how it is. Because adding Ronaldo into that, man, fuck, that's just too much money at that point.
Yeah. So Ronaldo ended up signing with Manchester United. Yeah. He got transferred to Manchester United. It's gonna be cool because this club hasn't been relevant since he left. Basically, they made the Champions League final in 2012, I believe, when Chicharito was playing.
Okay.
So they haven't been relevant in almost 10 years. Almost 12, and then Ronaldo left about 15 years ago. So it's cool for them to be relevant again, and now the pressure's on. And Paul Pogba posted today, too, that Ronaldo's just going to elevate everybody's game because he's a legend in the club already.
Yeah.
His work ethic, his leadership, like people... You can't let him down, bro. He's one of the GOATs.
Yeah.
The world's going to be watching every Manchester United game now. So it motivates your entire team to try harder because you know that everybody's watching.
Yeah, he's set to sign for a 2-year contract. So for 2 seasons, he's with the club. Juventus, the club, reportedly received 15 million euros, plus 8 million and add-ons for Ronaldo, who is set to sign a 2-year contract with United after personal teams are finalized.
So he signed for 2 years?
Yeah, signed for 2 years, 2 seasons. Trying to look at more stuff. Yeah, so I think the deal was finalized this Friday.
No, yeah, he's already. It's official. He's already in Manchester United. So now you have a pretty good Premier League. Liverpool, they've been injured last year, but they had a pretty good team 2 years ago. If they're healthy, they can make a case for them again. Manchester City for sure is the best team in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. And then you have Chelsea, who just won the Champions League, who just has added Lukaku, which is the team just got a lot better.
Yeah.
The Spurs, they kept Harry Kane. They still have Son. They still decent. Could be competing for some of those games, but for the most part, the Premier League is gonna be fun, and I'll be watching definitely all the highlights for Manchester United. And then today, he's actually making his debut right now with PSG today.
Yeah,
he's actually playing right now. We're missing the game. Put on the game. Pull up the game. No,
pull up the game.
What do you think? Who do you think is gonna have a better season, Messi or Ronaldo?
That's a good question. I want to say, I want to say Messi, just because of the chemistry that he has with with some of the players, Neymar and Di Maria. I mean, Messi has it easy. He doesn't have to go as hard as Ronaldo, you know. When it comes to Messi, he doesn't have to sprint all the way. Mbappe can make some plays. Neymar can. I mean, he has a stacked team to work with. So I mean, I think for sure they're gonna win it. They're gonna win the whole league, bro. For sure.
The Champions League.
Yeah.
But out of the two teams, definitely PSG is a better team than Man U.
Yeah.
Man U definitely they added Varane and now they add Ronaldo, so they had a decent squad with potential, but they never lived up to the potential. Same with Paul Pogba, in the Euro and then the World Cup, he plays way better with France.
Yeah.
He's a super talented guy, but for some reason with Manchester United, he never delivers as he's expected. And then Bruno Fernandes last season was one of the best players in Europe. So you have him, you have Pogba, and then you add Ronaldo. You strengthen the defense with Varane from Real Madrid, who's just also has won everything. He's won the World Cup, Euros. He's won all the Champions Leagues with Ronaldo. He's played with Ronaldo. So I think this is gonna be.
It's gonna be very entertaining. It's gonna be. It's definitely much must watch. You know, you gotta watch the Champions League. It's you talk about the end of an era, kind of
This is the last rodeo for both of them.
Yeah. And
then this is the last Champions League. I don't know. I mean, they might play a couple more years, but next year is the World Cup, and it's the last time they get to play. Like we talked about too. We have to appreciate this season and maybe next season, and they're gonna be in a decline too, where they're not as badass as they are now.
Yeah,
it's like LeBron. He's still great. They're still awesome, but they can't carry a team like they used to. You know that they're a little older. They lose a step. Same with Ronaldo and Messi. You know, they're already heading towards the end of their career, so we gotta watch as many games as we can. That'll be fun.
No, and it would be fun. I mean, like I said, Messi has a good, solid team to work with, younger stars. Yeah, it's not just him. It's you also we forgot to mention Ramos too. He's a defender. He's getting older too.
Oh, he brings the leadership to PSG too.
Yeah,
needed.
So
that's what it is. It's just leadership roles, and also so much experience from Ramos and Messi to PSG. That's what they needed. Maybe that's what they needed to finally win a Champions League, because they already went to the final.
Yeah.
You bring in that maturity, leadership that they're gonna. Oh shit! The same thing that's gonna happen.
I think it's just the question is, the potential is there because they're all mature and they have so much experience they bring to the table. But are these big? Because they're high value players, man. Are personalities and. Maybe one guy may want to lead. Are they gonna clash heads? Or their ego is gonna get in the way? Who's gonna lead? You know?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know. Like, it's just speculation, but like that's the conversation. Like, how well are these dudes gonna work well?
Play together.
Yeah.
So yeah, Messi made his debut today. He came in as a substitution. I didn't get. We'll watch the highlights.
We'll watch the highlights. Yeah, for sure.
He didn't score nothing. He just came as a substitution. So that means he's gonna start the next game, and it's gonna be at their home in Paris. So today they were on the road. I forgot who they played. So it's fun though. And then Ronaldo, I don't know when he's making his debut. He didn't even play as a starter his last game with Juventus because they knew that he was going to leave. Yeah. So I think he'll probably start next week since he's in shape. They already started the season. So
that fool's always in shape.
Oh, that fool's in shape no matter what the season. Yeah, him and Tom Brady, they take care of their bodies like crazy. Well, Messi too. I mean, these top athletes are insane.
If you're playing for big money, you have to, man.
And they're like robots, bro. Like these motherfuckers, they just train like robots, and I don't know. Like I don't know when if it feels like they're just gonna play forever. Tom Brady's like 40-something, still slinging the rock.
I mean, well, like they invest so much into like technology. I mean, they work with machines, the top level physicians. They eat the most healthiest like things on earth and shit. They have access to high quality doctors.
I think the Tesla robots, bro. They gotta study these motherfuckers. Don't study humans. Study how Tom Brady's body works and how Ronaldo's body works.
That's so crazy, man.
What do you think about those Tesla?
So Tesla had like in their AI Day, some sort of like event, and they brought out this human-shaped robot. Like, what the hell? Like, why? Out of all the things they could have like showcased, like why a humanized robot? Honestly, I was watching Marquise Brownlee video, but like him discussing it, and I kind of agree about his point where you make a robot, why in a human form? Like if you're gonna make a robot, you make the robot like if you're gonna make a robot with the function of washing dishes, you don't make the robot into a human form. You make the robot the dishwasher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, why a human? You know, like that's kind of like weird. Like why would you make it a human?
For marketing.
I know.
It goes back to marketing.
It goes back to marketing. I mean, it's not supposed to for sure. Like, I don't think he's gonna sell it. They're not gonna make. It's just for marketing, like you said, just to stir up some controversy.
Bro, you think they're gonna sell that robot? That shit would sell out in like 5 minutes, bro. What are you talking about?
I mean, yeah, but I just don't.
Because it's supposed to be to help you around the house and do shit. Because, well, one, they want to use it for factories to replace workers or whatever, and it does make sense. Like, why not just have big robotic fucking like things that could actually move better? One thing I read about it was it's to gather data, so human behavior and to get data for the other Tesla products. So one of the things that's challenging for cars when they're driving, the self-driving technology, they don't capture enough data because, I mean, they're processing enough data, but they still want it to be more secure because you can have any accident. So if you have robots gathering data of human behavior on the ground, pretend like walking as like humans, being in the human situations, it's gonna just create. They're basically everybody's in the race to create the artificial intelligence.
Right.
The more data you could gather from one on the roads with the cars, now you have access to people's homes, people on factories, like all kinds of errors and stuff that the car's not going to be able to go inside a store and gather data of interactions, the way people communicate. You know, it's kind of scary because if you've seen any sci-fi film, human robots or...
But I mean, we've always been fascinated with robots to begin with. Like robot, like humanized robots. Like you've seen all the robots like in the commercials, you know, cartoons, bro. Like we've always been fascinated with like the thought of robot. And I don't know, man, like making a robot into a human form. Like, I don't think that's the most efficient way to have like a robot, you know, help us. I think it's just like, it's weird because we get to see something that's like our size and something that just, why us? You know, why couldn't you make it into something that works?
Have you seen the Boston Dynamic robots?
No. Oh yeah.
They're dance and
they're the ones that are jump and shit. The dogs.
Yeah, the dogs. Like that shit looks like a sci-fi, like ready to murder us. But like, I think you scared, Brian?
Nah. Well, like,
would you buy if you had the money? They were not expensive and they were actually helpful. Would you buy an assistant robot for just an assistant robot?
An assistant robot. It's a good question. I never really thought about it that way, but I mean, automation is always cool. I'll try it. I'll try it before I buy it for sure. That's. I'll try it before I buy it. I'll try it.
Bro, they're gonna murder you at night, bro. You can't trust robots. I don't know, because once they become, saying, oh, bro, you know what I was thinking too that got me thinking about like artificial intelligence is
Wally.
Wally, AI. No, I was thinking about cryptocurrency, bro. Like, you know how it's impossible to like mine or to hack into the Bitcoin network because everybody has access to the Bitcoin servers and everything, and you need so much computing power. What happens when artificial intelligence becomes sentient and they have access to the internet and shit? Whatever, they could hack into like all the computers and just steal everybody's money, change something, because they're gonna have enough computing power because they'll be able to just run into the networks.
That's gonna take a lot, man. Like insane amount. Because
I don't know.
It's definitely gonna take a lot of programming. Like an insane amount of programming. Like you need like slaves in a basement, like like it's gonna take a lot.
Yeah,
man.
but you're talking about a robot who's able to just
think on its own,
create and solve the problems in super fast. 1,000 times faster than a human.
I think that's where you get to the problem is you get so fascinated in creating something that's new and innovative, but do scientists even, or like do these people even think like, should I? Like, why would you give a robot the power to think on its own, right? When you could be in control, like you could just deactivate it yourself. Why would you? That's the thing about automation is one, it creates ease for us, but is automation always good for us? You know, like now that we have, things that we could do, we could get some assistance.
It's automation is great in the
but
world.
Do we always need it? Like
I think so, because it makes everything more efficient, better.
Right.
Makes things better, definitely. There was a theory by an economist. I don't know his name, but they were predicting like 50 years ago that once we got better with technology, that the work week was gonna be like 3 hours, or three days out of the week, like 4 hours a day. Like people weren't gonna be working because robots will be making our food. They will be doing everything.
Right.
And we do have those robots, but capitalism and everything, like people work more to just even keep up now.
Right.
But then again, we're also trapped into the materialism, and everybody's got an iPhone. Everybody's got a phone with the internet. Right. Everybody's able, you know what I mean? It's like, we have more tools and resources, but we waste them consuming dumb shit. We consume a lot more now with streaming. Like I don't even know what the numbers are. Like people used to watch TV like 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
How much people are on their phones? Like 12 hours a day. Like crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, you just got to be honest with yourself, man. Like what it is that you're consuming, and is it good for you? Because not everything that we consume is good. Like, yeah, like you said, with all this, having that automation, like having all those resources, there's always the potential for like people to use those tools wisely, and for those that don't. So I've always thought like maybe the robot shouldn't be human. It should be like a software. It should be not necessarily in a human form. Like
whatever's easier for the task you want it to.
Exactly. Like just have it dedicated to the task. I don't think a perfect robot should be one that is universal.
I think they're trying to make it to solve human problems.
Yeah.
So,
but
how can you solve human problems if you don't have the features, or you don't look human? Like, you know what I mean? Like I want it to be able to do the things that I do.
Like what problems? Like
well, just do chores, do things that you don't want to do. Like, hey, could make me a recipe from YouTube. I don't know. I'm thinking like 5-10 years in a row. Make me a recipe on this YouTube fucking channel. Like the robot's gonna be able to. Okay, I got the information. They make that. Okay, could you fix this? Fix this light bulb that's not working.
I don't know, man. Like I think there's that Wall-E theory too, where we have so much automation to the point we just get lazy. Because the whole concept of Wall-E, or there's a theory like, oh, like in the universe of Wall-E, like all the humans, they like use so much automation to the point where they just consume. All they did was just consume, and like they couldn't.
I mean, we kind of are. We're almost there. No? Yeah, that's a big risk. I feel like that's generational. I feel like that's not our generation. It'll take a while because we're still so behind. Like, it's crazy because it feels like we're so close to the future.
Well, we're living in a first world country too, man.
Yeah, so, it's so stupid, bro. Like, it feels, it's weird because it feels like we're
definitely
like there with the technology.
We're in a turning point.
But then you look at footage from Afghanistan, bro, and like there's still like
there's parts
living
of the
in
world.
Like, you know, like they're living in, I don't know, early 1900s type shit. Other parts of the country or the world, they don't have clean water, they don't have electricity. They have to do 2 hours away. They have to haul in like drinking portable water for them to survive. You know, it's like some people don't have food. Venezuela is like in their fucking 2,000% inflation. They lost all their money. You know, it's like they're starving over there. There's a lot of wrong in the world, and it's just kind of fucked up. Like I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. We're so close to AI. I don't know how close we're at to AI, but we're close to self-driving cars and fucking robots in your home doing shit for you. But then other parts of the world don't even have water.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because like we can only have these conversations in like first world countries, bro. You know, like like nobody's talking about a robot over there like in those parts of the world. Like their problems are just about, you know, basic survival. It's weird, man. It's definitely, it's like, man, you get so lot. I don't know, man. We just get distracted to the point where like we only think about like we don't think about the other aspects, like you said, like having that perspective. But it's just like, man, it's the luxury of being in a first world. Like you get to think so far to the future, man, because we don't deal with those problems.
Yeah, we have it so good here. We just take it for granted, especially with the whole Taliban shit. Like I just been watching videos and pictures coming out of there. Yeah, it's crazy because you forget about it because we're over here dealing with problems.
You shared something about like how what real oppression said. It was like something like some like reporter left CNBC. I don't know, something. Some reporter like acknowledged that it was wrong and that this was like what real oppression looks like.
Yeah,
something like that. You mentioned it in a post. I was like,
yeah, it just sucks, you know. But I don't know. We just have to accept our reality.
Privilege is invisible to those who have it. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, and then I know we complain about the dumbest things here. There's just so much shit. Like, I don't know.
It's true. No, but it's true, man. Like, I sometimes like even at school, man. Like, I get so. I don't want to say I get triggered, but it bothers me when people say like America's trash, man. Like, bro, your parents came like all their way from Mexico or whatever part of the world, like to be in this country. Like, there's kids that wish are like swimming oceans, racing their like, bro, the amount of just like entitlement, like the fact that you get to live in a bed, like probably there's like 3 families that live in that sleep in the same size room as you, man. Like, you gotta, it's just that perspective. But it's like we get to, then you get into the topic of just being distracted with all these things, man. But I think it's good to reflect a little bit. Like, sometimes we gotta unplug, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I try not to consume too much of this media stuff, because it's like it takes away from what we gotta get done, the videos, and some stuff. Like, I definitely sometimes it gets overwhelming too, man. Like, just consuming too much media, because it's like,
yeah, I'm definitely addicted to media. Like, I wake up, bro. I wake up and I'm like, oh, let me fucking put on some YouTube videos while I shower. I listen to YouTube videos. I don't even listen to music when I shower. I'm like,
really?
I'm listening to podcasts or listening to fucking some random.
Yeah, I listen to podcasts for sure.
Like, I don't know. Like, I just have to be consuming, bro. Like, when I'm shaving, fucking consuming. Driving to work, consuming. Podcasts, YouTube videos. I don't know. I'm definitely addicted to my phone, and it's hard. It's hard.
Would you ever do one of those social media detoxes?
Social media detox I could do easily.
You could do.
I can't do it without the phone because I work with my phone.
No, well, yeah, so no, but there's a difference. There's a difference between using your phone for like necessities, and like you said, like using your phone for just like simple like. It's one thing to use, your phone for calls and texts and whatever. That's something else, right? That's what's needed. That's what brings, that's what you do. But to use, your phone, you spend an hour of your time just consuming media instead of, scrolling through Instagram endlessly. Because, like, I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, you pick up your phone, you go to, like, social media. I'm just going to look at my phone for 10 minutes. 10 minutes turns into 30.
You didn't even think about 10 minutes. You would think about doing it like, I'm just going to see what's...
Yeah, if I got a DM or something. You just get into like a wormhole, man. Like, it's so... Man, it's in your face, and your mind just goes off. Like, it's curious, like, oh, what are other people doing? But like, what have you done, man? Like, yeah. I try my best to be as productive as possible throughout the day. Because I know in the back of my mind, like, man, I got to get stuff done. I got to do this. I got to do that. Try to be objective as possible, and I always try to limit myself in a way. But man, it's just for people that overconsume. I wonder like what goes through their mind when they're consuming, man. Like,
yeah, well, I don't even know what goes through my mind when I'm consuming. Because I consume mostly stuff that like I'm learning.
Yeah,
I don't know, like learning about video
that's
production.
That's not consuming, bro. Like when I think about
it's still consuming. No, like because really? I don't watch like vloggers like only the Nico guy that I just discovered, but I've been watching just like camera tips on how to do this better, business advice, about business, running a business.
No, yeah, same, bro. Like
camera gear. Like, yes, it's self-help, but it's also consumption. Like, we're just consuming media.
I think it's just all about intent. Like, are you doing it in the sense just because you're trying to fill in like an empty gap? Like, it's just a habit now, I think, where you get bored and the first thing you do is go on your phone, right? Yeah. You don't even take time to think, read a book, maybe. I like what Ricky said in that podcast. Like, it's hard to read a book, and I still carry my books around, but like I feel that, man. Like, it's hard to read a book because it's like we're used to seeing so much, like so many things instantly, and I think that just brings like instant gratification, man. Like, everything we want it now. You got to be realistic sometimes. Like, man, sometimes it's good. Like, it's good for entertainment purposes, but is it good for long-term purposes? Like, if you have those same expectations entertainment wise, are you going to carry those things like in other aspects in your life?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's habits. It's like it's a habit. You recognize. It's like kind of like going to the gym. Like, you want to go to the gym, but you don't. It's just you got to break out of your shell. Man, it's just developing better habits, man. Like I'm like you though. I try to consume like content that helps me in a way, inspires me. I learn something new. Even though it is consuming, I try my best to make the most out of it. It's not just something endlessly that's just gonna it's just gossip, because that means nothing. That's not gonna add value. Something that adds value,
Yeah, value.
And some
look for value in content. Look for value. Learn. It's usually how I get on YouTube too. Is like I'm searching something, then I go down the rabbit hole the same way. I watch like one video,
man.
Then I see some shit on my homepage that's like recommended. One thing I have been consuming a lot is soccer content. Like, that's what I was talking about soccer in this podcast. But I've been watching a lot of highlights because I don't watch a lot of games live.
Yeah.
Because
your schedule's crazy.
My schedule's crazy, but I keep up watching highlights, so I don't have to sit 2 hours watching a game.
Yeah.
I'll sit 10 minutes watching some highlights. So I don't know. It's still interesting. A lot of times they don't put who wins on the title. It still feels cool. Like, you don't know who the fuck's gonna win.
Well, yeah, man. I mean,
I hate when they spoil the fucking title and they're like, "Oh, this scored 2-4."
Or even they show it in the thumbnail too.
It's so annoying.
That's annoying, man. Like, why am I gonna watch it? You just spoiled it. Like that. No, man. No wonder that video has low views, man.
Yeah, it's just People, they should just give it to people without showing who wins. I think the NFL is good at doing that. The NFL sometimes with the thumbnail you might notice, but it doesn't say. It'll just say like Rams versus Seahawks week 12, and then the picture game highlights, and you don't know who wins. If you don't know who won, you can watch the whole game and be entertained because you're like, oh shit, who's gonna win? There's a lot of good moments. Of course, it doesn't take away from watching the game when there's a good ending and you're with the crowd and shit's going down. You know, that's still fun, but when you don't have time,
I just think there's different aspects of consumption too, because it's one thing to be like seeing it third party, like away from the stadium, like it's one thing to see it, you know, on your phone, on your TV, but it's another to actually be immersed in the action, be like in the crowd and seeing it live, because like you don't have commentaries, you have all these interactions, you have all these fans to interact, you're, you know, in the energy of the crowd, you get to like see the game live, man. It's just a different experience seeing it, you know, differently.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my next live event that I'm gonna be going to for sporting event is gonna be a Chargers game.
Yeah.
I don't know I haven't checked the schedule yet, but I definitely want to go to a Thursday night game, Monday night game, or Sunday night game. I forgot which ones they have.
Yeah.
But
what are your plans for that game?
SoFi Stadium. Shout out SoFi. Link in the description. You know you haven't joined SoFi, check it out. What are you saying?
What do you plan on doing like in that whole trip? Like, are you staying there like at a hotel? Are you staying there for a couple days or just for the game?
It depends when I go. So if it's a Thursday night game, I might just stay in a hotel. I'm not gonna drive back.
Yeah.
If it's a Sunday night, I might drive back. Monday night, I'll definitely drive back. So
yeah,
I think if it's a Thursday night game, I'll definitely go make it a whole weekend. Just stay in LA. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Do some stuff over there, but yeah, bro.
So one thing I want to ask is, first of all, if you haven't listened to the 760, it's out now, and we're actually doing an event, doing a little challenge. You want to talk about that, Angel?
Oh, the challenge for the
760.
Well, I don't want to spoil the challenge, but I'll spoil the challenge for the Mills.
For Mills, you got to do it, man.
Give me 1 second, let me pull it up. So we're doing a challenge for Mills. It's gonna be a giveaway for people to win $100, an exclusive signed CD from Mills. Mills is gonna blow up, bro. Mills is gonna be a huge artist, and give it like 3 years, he's gonna be like a huge artist. A signed CD by Mills, an exclusive T-shirt made only for the giveaway, and you get to be in the next music video that we're gonna be producing. Vibe of Frankenstein. So you guys check out the song Vibe of Frankenstein, Mills the God. So all you have to do to enter is you have to make a TikTok or a reel on Instagram using the 760 as a sound, and all you have to do is tag and follow Mills. That's the only thing that's part of the giveaway. So all you have to do is make a TikTok, use the sound, and tag Mills and follow him real quick. So yeah, $100, a signed CD, a T-shirt, and then you could be a part of the next video. So that's the giveaway. This is gonna be for Mills. Definitely check it out. Once the video hits 2,000 views, which is gonna be sometime in the middle of this week.
Right.
You guys could check out that. It's going to be amazing. So make sure you guys tune in for that giveaway. Follow Mills.
Sure. Follow Mills. This video is dope. I mean, the music video, we already talked about it, but it's dope, man. We even had a listening party about it. We're still in the process of making a behind the scenes video for it, which is tune in for that. We always got content for you guys.
Oh, yeah, dude. You guys have to see this behind the scenes video. So we're making this like a vlog. Because I have footage. We had over 2 hours of footage just behind the scenes from all the locations, the foods,
dude.
You know, like all the characters that were in this film, the cars. Like we have so much amazing footage to show you guys. And it's just the beginning. Like we're going to start making some fun content. You guys stay tuned.
I think it's important to like document just like whenever we do projects, because I kind of think about it like my time in high school whenever I did projects and I was going places like, you know, there's times where like I think about those moments and I'm like, man, I wish I
had footage or something.
I had footage to like look back on those moments so I could like see clearly. Like I was talking about it to one of the fans, like one of the band members that one of the drummers of some band that performed here a while ago. I was like, man, photography or like just a camera in general is like the closest thing to like a time machine in a way, because you get to capture like a certain piece of time, right? And like you get to look back on it.
Yeah.
Kind of like in the sense of like looking back, you know, and it's just like, man, it's crazy because it's like, you take that, like, bro, you have so many videos of like, you were showing me yesterday, man, of like your times in high school, bro, like that's some shit I wish I would have done, like my time in high school, because I actually, like, I did cool shit, and I mean, yeah, I could talk about it, but it's one thing talking about it, but it's another thing
to just
seeing
have
it.
a video there. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's I used to or people always told like why you record, and I don't even record everything. People think I just record 24/7, but
Yeah.
it's not even like that. I wish I did sometimes. Like there's a lot of shit that like that I've done in
That
the
just
past,
organically happens.
yeah, so it's fun to record everything because you have those memories forever on the internet. Like I said, if nothing ever happens with all this stuff we're making, like we're documenting everything, so it's cool. Like you get to see it. So think about like your favorite artist, a journey. So for example, think of an actor, like who's a good actor, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. If he
Right.
had videos of him talking about he wanted to be an actor and oh, I'm auditioning today for this first role for this one film. Oh, cool! I got a call back. You know, like you watch the whole progression,
Right.
and then you see, oh, I got my first role. Oh, now we're doing the Titanic. Oh, now we're doing all these Martin Scorsese films. You would have watched his whole journey
Yeah.
of him like struggling to, you know, what he was doing in the beginning. You could have done the same thing for professional athletes. Like, yes, there's some documentaries that are made from athletes, but usually ones they're already older. So what
Yeah.
about like LeBron training since like, you know, since he was a young kid, you know, because there's footage from him since he was in high school, but what about before that? You know, like no one was there documenting Tony Hawk, documenting everything before he became Tony Hawk. You know,
Yeah.
like that's the type of thing that Ariana Grande, all these famous artists, if there was enough footage of them, you get to watch the whole journey. So super fans could see the whole thing
Yeah.
themselves. They could see themselves grow as an artist. So it's always important to document, just because you never know what that footage is gonna, whenever you're gonna need it, or look back on how far you've gone. So that I think it's always
I
super
think
cool.
it's important too, because like with this, like we especially like if you see like a major person right now, like major celebrity, you see them as a star, like they're some perfect like person, like, oh, like they have everything, right? But you don't see their L's, bro. You see all their W's, but you don't see their L's. And when
Yeah,
you see documentaries like that where like, oh, you get to see this big major star who's big now, but back then he was struggling to audition, get those auditions. Like they had to take a lot of no's, whether if it's making music, whether like, you know, some of these people had to work, you know, a bunch of jobs
jobs. Yeah,
just to
like
sustain. Like,
imagine J. Cole complaining about a job. Man, I just got off work. This sucks. You know, like imagine videos of shit like that.
bro, but like that's good because it's like, man, for those people that are trying to achieve the same thing, like they could get inspired and resonate with that. Like that's the thing, man, is like everything's a process, everything's a journey. Like we're so used to going back to instant gratification, like everything's about long term, man, because it's all a process.
The
Like,
coolest clip, the one that's documented, is the when Travis Scott was performing to a crowd of like 10 people, and
oh
he's
shit,
just going hard, and like there's 10 people there, no one's really going, like, you know what I mean? It's just 10
yeah,
people watching an artist. And that's how I feel sometimes when you go to these local shows and there's not
yeah.
a lot of people watching. But now you look at Travis Scott concerts and there's fucking hundreds of thousands of people
At the
jumping
end
up
of the
and
day,
down.
bro, you gotta believe in yourself before others can believe in you. Because if you don't have that faith in yourself, because faith is believing in yourself when others don't. You, it's one of so like this is what I put it. This is my example of faith. I believe I'm gonna do like I have faith in Mills. He's not like one. I know it's weird. Like I have faith in somebody, but like like you said, bro, like it's just having that faith that it's like you believe in something that hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
You know? You like only you can see it. Like we work closely with Mills. You can see him blowing up. Why is that? Because you can see it, bro. Like the talent is just it's just like this sixth sense or this you just know like he's doing everything right and he's different. You could make like you just know, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like you got to believe in yourself before people can believe in you. Because if you don't have that faith in yourself, if you don't have that faith in your friend or whatever, like how can you expect a following?
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. It always comes down to yourself. You can't create without like feeling like you could do it also, or like you're doing your best and you're gonna fucking do it. So yeah, you gotta believe in yourself. That's a pretty deep message right there.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna end it on that note.
Yeah.
By Brian, like amazing. Just believe in yourself. You're listening to this. Go hard. Just go hard as fuck. Document, and then you'll be grateful that you documented the journey. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and give us a 5-star rating if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify.
Check out the 760.
Yeah,
5 Mils to God if you haven't already.
760. Check out the link in the description for Sofi if you want to support the channel. Check out Sofi. Sign up. Download the app. You get $10. We get $10. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys
Next time.